won't let go.
Hello and welcome back to Rich Reviews. Today lifting the car up and doing the suspension, putting the coilovers on. No one else has done this from what I can see on YouTube, so it might be beneficial to some people. So first job we're going to do is jack it up and then put the axle stands on underneath just to get it right off the ground. But we're going to have to undo these wheels first, just to loosen the bolts, and then we can get on and take the inner seals out, inner arches, then we can access the rear to put those ones in first. Okay, so we've removed the wheel now, so the next job is to obviously take off all this inner thing here, because we need to get this suspension off here, lift this up, then take the spring out. So the next job is to undo all the clips under here, and then we can start to remove that inner wheel arch. What we need to do is undo the bolt down there, and unbolt those two, lift that up, remove that, that'll drop, and then we can remove the spring and then put our new coilover in suspension out. I've undone the top howl one there, that was a 17, and this one's a 21. These are tough, so I'll put a bit of pressure on the underside of that arm, and that's starting to come out now. It's really tough though. So the next job obviously just carry on undoing that, and then hopefully that will just pop out and the spring will then come out as well. Okay, so that's finally come off, so now we're going to start to is tap that back and get that to come out of there, and then we can remove that. We may have to move this pipe around just to give it some space to come out, but I'll let you know once I've done that. So let's open it up and see what we get. There's our adjustable coilovers, and there's our rear shock. We're doing the rears first to make it easier. So there's our new spring, nice blue spring. So we've got one underneath here. And then we've got the shock here as well. There's your shock. That's looking nice. So now we just got to remove the shock that we've got. And this is the problem I'm having at the moment. I can't seem to get that shock off the bolt at the moment. I'm trying. It looks like it's just a rubber grommet, and then like this one here, got rubber, and then you've got metal here, so it's this bit that's stuck. So I was going to cut it off, but now I've seen that there's that, I need to keep on trying to get this to come off. But I'll keep on trying. I've undone the top one, pulled that out, so that's quite easy, and I took the spring out, but it's just that bottom one that's a bit hard to get off, but I'll keep on persevering. At least I know now that it's just a bolt or metal thread. It's not even threaded, it's just this bit here. It's stuck. So just got to keep on working with it. Maybe spray some more oil, WD-40, just to give it a bit more release. And maybe pump this up a bit more, just to give it some more leeway there to move. So I'll just carry on now. I'll get back to you once we get this part off. Okay, so I've managed to get the strut into place there. Just got to put the spring in, and there's a bolt here that obviously goes under there, tightened up, so you can adjust these as well, which is quite good. So Next job is to put these onto there, and then we can button that up in there, and then slide that in and bolt it all up, and that'll be this side done. This has been a nightmare because the bit down there from that strut obviously had to be cut off, and we've had to grind it for absolute ages to get that to fit on. So now all we've got to do is put that spring in and then bolt this washer underneath, and then that should fit on there quite nicely. Okay, so put the bolt in, just got to tighten it up with a 19mm spanner, and then we can line this new shock or the new spring in this place. Might have to lower it down to get it to fit, and then we can re-measure it to put the spring in the right place. Okay, I've managed to get the spring in place, so this just needs adjusting with the tool that's provided, and we also need to tighten that bolt up at the top and then knock that bottom bit in, put the bolt on the end there, and then that'll be all done. Right, the wheel's back on now, and I have tested it, and it does lower, is lowered, so what I'll do is once I've finished the front, which I've now removed the wheel, I don't think we need to remove the lining, but we do need to undo the bracket behind here, or the bolt behind here. We need to undo this one here, swing that out the way, take this one out of here, and maybe not do that, but I need to undo this in order to that move, and then I can undo that top, which is just there. I've undone the anti-roll bar link there. I've undone the bolt that's 30mm on there, so now I'm just tapping that out, and then I can move hopefully this off, and then take out the top bolt on there, top of the strut. I don't think there's anything more to do. I'll give it a go anyway, see how it goes. So I've had to remove the plastic cover, so that meant taking off the wipers. Just be careful of your glass, because obviously that's all glass, goes down to there, and I've put my case there. So I've put a 21mm socket on there, or spanner, and then we've put the Allen key in there, and basically all you do is just untighten it with the, and that's so slowly unscrew the top mount of your suspension. Plenty of manoeuvring, we've managed to get that bolt off, but what I've been recommended is to actually, before undoing all this and all this, is actually put up a bar under there, through into there, and then push down. That way all this lot will come out, the ball joint at the bottom, which is down there, come out now, but we should have done it the other way, and then you can undo all of this, and then this will pull out obviously now. So now we can go ahead and replace the new shock absorber and button it all up again. So I'll be more detailed on the next one over there. So okay, I managed to get the shock off. Let's get these back together, and then we can move on to the other side. Now I do need to take that rubber seal off and put it onto the new one in order to be set right in there, and then get the tracking right as well, or the camber. So we'll now get the other one and put that onto the new suspension. Okay, so to undo this rubber, you need a 19mm spanner, and you need that Allen key to go in there. give you the measurement of that in the end. And then what you do is you lay this on the floor, and then just begin to unwind it from that thing. It's very hard to hold this, but you know, you get the gist of it. You hold that and just keep turning this one here, and that will release this top, and this thing here needs to be in between this marker here to be in the right place, then you won't get your camber out. So we'll just carry on undoing that until it comes off, and then I'll transfer that onto the new one. Okay, so I've put all this back together on this side. What I'm going to do next is take you through the steps of putting all of it back, because I had to buy new top mounts because the other ones were rotten. So now we're going to be going over to this side. What I've done, or had to do, was grind some of the metal off with the Dremel around here, and then grind the paint off of this in order for it to fit together correctly. So the next job now is to mount. It's obviously the new top mount, so we put that on. Now it's got to lift this up there. There's a hole, bolt the first bolt into there just to hold it in place, and then we can carry on with fitting up the ball joint at the bottom and the main drive shaft. So that'll be our next job. So I'll take you through that now. So I'll put that in place there. So now we can sort out the ball joint from that to in there, in that little hole there, and then we can put this in as well. Maybe we'll have to put this in first to get that lined up. Okay, so I've lined the ball joint, put the drive shaft back in, so now we just got to turn that bottom part, or we can put the clamp under, or the jack underneath and push it up. Might be easier that way. Okay, so I've lifted the jack up now. So now I've got this in place, situated in there. So now we've just got to do this one up with the Allen key and a 23. So you just keep on tightening up now. So we can't tighten it, obviously the pins in place. So that's about as tight as you're going to get it. It's all solid in there now, so now we just got to tap that bottom ball joint into place and put our bolts in behind here, and then lay that up to go into there, the steering, and then we can start putting the brakes back on. Okay, so that's the ball joint in. I've put the anti-roll bar link on there as well, so that's looking good. Clipped our brake line in. This needs to go in now. Brakes are on. Anti-roll bar linkage is on. Brakes are on. So now it's a matter of just putting the wheel on. I'm not going to lower it as such at the moment. I'm going to see what it looks like once the wheel's on and it's settled, and then I'll lower it according to what it looks like. So let's put the wheel on. Okay, so our wheel's back on now, so we're going to lower it down now to check how far we need to lower it by. With the back suspension, obviously that's lowered already, so we've just got to lower this one as much as we need.